Hey guys, this is your league commissioner with the Week 9 recap. Will Tate is the big winner this week. Just Grilly Things got the highest point total and the biggest blowout over Ginger Lives Don't Matter, even though Eric had the third highest score. Trading Melvin Gordon for Jordan Matthews paid off big time this week. On the losing end of that trade, Can You Digs It still got the win over Don't Hate the Slayer, who suffered some brutal injuries. Dion Lewis is out for the rest of the season, and Malcolm Floyd had to leave Monday night's game before catching a single ball. And because of that, Mike won by 1 point and earns the Skin in Your Teeth trophy. Another matchup that came down to the wire on Monday night was between Luck of the Ivory and good old-fashioned lynching. Alshon Jeffrey gave Joey a 2.5 point lead when San Diego got the ball down by 3 with less than 3 minutes left. They just needed to get in a field goal range to give Josh Lambo a chance, but they lost, and so did Adam. Adrian Peterson had a 1 point lead over set up the Colemans going into Monday night, but Kyle still had two players left, so Gates and Johnson combined for 13, and Kyle won comfortably. That's two in a row for Kyle, and two in a row for Timmy, who finally pulls out of last place. The last 2 weeks have been the two best weeks for Calvin Klein. Those trades have really helped his team out. Le'Veon the IR had a great pickup this week to fill the void left by Le'Veon Bell, and Javion Langford, the guy we picked up, scored 22 points, but Nick is now in last place. With Le'Veon the Bell out, DeAndre Williams is in, and he scored 36.5 points, which earns me the MVP trophy and the win. Just so you know, I did call Curtis to warn him that his defense had a bye, but he said he would rather have not picked up a defense that would probably get negative points. And I could have benched Philip Rivers on Monday because I already had the win, but I really wanted to pad my score. Week 9 is over, and that means there are only 4 weeks till playoffs, so I want to update you all with the current playoff picture. According to my simulations, I have already clinched a playoff spot. I make playoffs 100% of the time, but that's because I'm not sure how it does tiebreakers. It might be going by alphabetical order. Uh, so, but I haven't actually, like, mathematically clinched yet. With 4 weeks left, I'm 4 games ahead of 7th place, and if somehow Eric, Mike, or Kyle Basa pass me in points, then I wouldn't make playoffs. But I have so many points that if you took away my biggest week, my 192 and a half points, I would only have one less point than Luke, who has the second most points. So basically, I'm guaranteed a playoff spot. My team is 2 games ahead of second place, where there are 3 teams with a 6-3 record. And according to my simulations, Adam, Will, and Joey made playoffs over 90% of the time. And that's because these 3 teams are a game and a half ahead of fifth place, where the next 5 teams, fifth through ninth, are only half a game apart. So it'll be a fierce battle between these 5 teams for those last two playoff spots. But it's not impossible for these teams to jump into the top 4 spots, and pass me or Will or Kyle. I mean, me, Will, Adam, or Joey. As for the other 3 teams, Timmy, Nick, and Kyle, uh, they're not eliminated yet. But in my simulations, Nick and Kyle made playoffs less than 1% of the time, and Nick and Timmy both still have to go against me. So it doesn't look good for them. Here are your Week 10 matchups. Nick vs. Brian, Luke vs. Kyle Ernsberger, Curtis vs. Adam, Timmy vs. Kyle Basa, Mike vs. Eric, and Will vs. Joey. Good luck, guys.